Hey Damon, how can I get my coach convinced that even though I'm small, I can still play goalie?
Hey Brody, Coach Damon here. Great question. Absolute great question. And as a smaller goalie, I'm only 5'8" myself. This is one that really hits close to home. So let me answer your question. And first things first is ask yourself, do you really want this? Right? Do you really want this? Forget the coaches, forget the height. Do you really want to be the lacrosse goalie? It's going to be incredibly difficult at times. You're going to get hit in the leg 3 times in a row in practice, right? You're going to have mental battles of giving up goals. So it's a very tough endeavor. And before you go on that endeavor, you really need to know your why. You need to know why you're doing this, and you need to be 100% into it. So that's the first question for you. Are you really into it? Okay? Do you really want this? And if the answer to that is yes, then it's just about communicating that to the coach. And height doesn't really matter at that point, I don't think. I'll talk a little bit about some height stuff in a second, but it's just about communicating that to the coach. That's a one-on-one conversation with the coach, explaining your passion for the lacrosse goalie position. Explaining, listen, I will do whatever it takes. Doesn't matter if I'm the second string, third string, whatever. I love this position. I love this sport. And I'm all in on being the goalie. And I think they'll respect that, okay? Now, if they're saying that, if your coaches are saying that they don't want you to be the goalie because you're short, here's what I'd say. One, I could tell by your voice you're going to grow, right? You're going to hit puberty. You're going to hit a growth spurt. So you're not always going to be 5'1", I think is what you told me. All right, so keep that in mind. I didn't hit puberty until I think sophomore or junior year of high school. Kind of a late bloomer, but then so I was your size when I was a freshman, and then I grew to this impressive 5'8" frame that you see before you today. All right, so keep that in mind. Second thing is I would study shorter goalies. I'm always a huge advocate of just studying goalies in general, but you can pick shorter lacrosse goalies, see how they play, model your game after them. For me, that was Adam Gittleman. That was Matt Russell from Navy, okay? The current Maryland goalie, Logan McNaney, he's only 5'8", so he's on the shorter side. Watch him, see how he plays. This might sound a little strange, but watch female lacrosse goalies, okay? The way that male and female goalies make saves, exactly the same. The games are very different where they see shots, yes, very different, but the technique of how they make saves, absolutely the same. So you've got ladies like Sarah Resnick, Florida goalie, 5'2". That's your exact height, right? Watch how she plays. She's All-American. So you can have success and be a shorter lacrosse goalie. You got Ash Vernon, from Virginia, I just had on the podcast, 5'4". Emily Sterling, Lax Goalie Rat sponsored athlete, Maryland's women goalie, 5'5". All right. So watch those shorter goalies, and just because of the nature of men versus women, the women goalies tend to be a little bit shorter. See how they play. Okay. And then what you'll find when you do that, and I've done a lot of that, is you're going to use your short stature to your advantage. We tend to be a little bit quicker, right? So maybe that means you come out of the crease and win more ground balls than those larger, slower goalies, all right? That also means that we cannot play like a wide base stance, or it typically means you can't play back on the goal line because we have that smaller frame, right? For me, what worked better is that mid-arc, sometimes even a high arc in certain situations, because I don't have that, I can't rely on that big frame. All right, so watch those small goalies. I know you can have success. That's the beauty of the lacrosse goalie position, is that it doesn't matter how big you are, right? Sports like football, American football, basketball, you got to be huge, or it really helps. Let's put it that way, right? Most of those guys are freakishly tall. Lacrosse is not that way. You can be, and there are big goalies, there are big athletes who succeed, but you can also be short stature and be an amazing lacrosse player, be an amazing goalie, all right? So I hope that helps, Brody, and always feel free to send the coach my way, or have him watch this video, or even better yet, have him attend the Lacrosse Goalie Summit 6 happening March 28th through April 1st. That's next week. All right, I hope that helps. Get out there, go get them. Take care.